Hello everyone, I'm Beauty. Today I'm going to tell you the story of my life. If you subscribe to my channel, you would make me very happy. Enjoy watching.
One day, a merchant received news that his ships had sunk in a violent storm. The poor man lost everything he owned, leaving only his small house in the town. Two greedy sisters did not like this situation at all. They became lazy, lying in bed and grumbling, leaving all the housework to Beauty. After some time, the merchant heard that one of his lost ships had arrived at the port. Before setting out to find out if the news was true, he asked his daughters what gifts they would like him to bring back. The spirits of the two greedy sisters lifted immediately. "Dresses and jewels," they said. "And you, Beauty?" the merchant asked. "Just a rose. That's enough for me," said Beauty. A few days later, the merchant set off to return home, sad and poor again because he had lost the money from the last ship to swindlers. Not knowing where he was going, the merchant and his horse trudged through the snow for hours until he suddenly saw a very beautiful castle with bright lights shining out of the windows. Finally, realizing that waiting was pointless, he tied his horse in the stable and ate the food waiting for him on a long table in the hall. Then he went to sleep in a bed. When he woke up in the morning, he found new clothes laid out for him. A nice breakfast was waiting for him downstairs. As the merchant was leaving the castle, he noticed the roses in the garden. "At least I should keep my promise to Beauty," he thought to himself. He picked one of the roses. But as soon as he did, a terrible roaring filled the air. A fearsome beast emerged from behind the bushes. It was so terrifying that the merchant nearly fainted from fear. "You ungrateful man," roared the beast. "I saved your life, I fed you, clothed you, and you steal my beautiful roses. You deserve to die right now." The merchant fell to his knees before the beast. "I was taking the rose for one of my daughters, sir," he said. "Go, ask your daughters if one of them will live with me in exchange for your life. If none accept my offer, you will die within 3 months." At home, the two selfish sisters did not care as they listened to their father recount his terrifying adventures. They were furious that their father had not brought them clothes and jewels. But Beauty did not react like them. "Father, let me go," she said without hesitation. 3 months later, the merchant went to the castle with Beauty. The beast appeared. Beauty began to shiver with fear because the beast was as terrifying as her father had described. "Did you come here of your own free will?" asked the beast. "Yes," said Beauty. "Then your father will leave in the morning and he will never come back here." When her father left in the morning, Beauty was left alone. She cried for a while, but then she remembered a dream she had and felt a bit better. In her dream, a fairy had said, "Do not worry. The courage you've shown to save your father's life will not go unrewarded." Then she explored the castle. She was surprised to find a door with her name written on it. She opened it and looked inside. The room was furnished exactly as she wished, filled with books and musical instruments. She picked up a book. On the book, in golden letters, it read, "My dear queen, your wish is my command. I wish I could see my father right now," Beauty said out loud. As soon as she said this, her father's image appeared in a mirror on the far side of the room. This way, Beauty's feelings of loneliness and homesickness were somewhat alleviated. That night at dinner, the beast appeared. "May I watch you, Beauty? You are the owner here." "No, my castle is at your command." The beast hesitated for a moment. "Do you find me very ugly?" Beauty looked up at the beast. "I didn't want to say it, but I must be honest." "Yes, I find you ugly," she said. The beast asked, "Will you marry me?" "No, beast, never." Every night at 9, the beast would come to talk to Beauty. Beauty began to get used to the beast as days went by. She even started to worry about him when he was late. If only, she thought, he wasn't so ugly. If only he didn't ask me to marry him over and over. One day, Beauty saw in the mirror that her father was sick. She immediately told the beast she wanted to go to see her father. "You may go, Beauty, but you know I will die of grief if you do not return, don't you? I fear you will want to stay with your father and not come back. But if you change your mind and want to return, just place your ring on the table next to your bed. You will wake up in my castle in the morning." The next morning, Beauty woke up in her father's house. Her father was overjoyed to see her. That day, her sisters, who had recently married, came to visit their father. When they arrived home and saw their beloved sister, they were green with envy. "Let's play a trick on her, make her stay a week longer, then the beast will come and kill her." The two sisters tearfully told Beauty they did not want to part with her. Beauty decided to stay another week. Beauty realized she missed the beast as much as she missed her father. One day, she dreamed of the beast lying stiff and lifeless in the castle's garden. She immediately took off her ring and placed it on the table beside her bed. When she woke up, she was in the beast's castle. She waited for the beast that evening. He did not come. Suddenly worried, she ran out of the castle into the garden. The beast was lying there, stretched out. She ran to him. The beast's heart was still beating. I thought you would not return. I was prepared to starve myself to death. But I love you, beast. I want to marry you. At that moment, the castle seemed to become even more beautiful and radiant. Beauty looked around for a while, then turned back to the beast. But the beast was no longer there. In his place stood a young and handsome prince. I want the beast, Beauty cried. The prince then stood up. The beast is me, he said. A wicked fairy had cast a spell on me, turning me into a creature so ugly that no one could bear to look at me. If you had not said you wanted to marry me, I would have remained like that until the end of my life. Before long, Beauty and the beast were married. They became the happiest prince and princess the world had ever seen.